It is the Flow Friday Night Sports Show, and let's take a look at North Central Netball. Some very interesting results last weekend, including a draw. And Jenna Allen joins me on the line to have a look at these results, in particular the draw. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. Have you got a sister?
No, I don't.
Okay, well,
No.
you would have had to borrow somebody else's to dance with at the end of your game against Sea Lake, because that's what it's like.
Yeah, that's it.
What a game. 32 apiece in your game against Sea Lake Nandaly. Obviously a very tight one, mate.
It was a great game. It was really good to be a part of. Some great matchups across the court, and it was intense and it was close right from the first whistle. So both teams fought hard, had some great patches of momentum, and there were patches of the goal at both ends shooting really well. Then pressure built and the defences stood up, and it had everything. It was a really, really great game to be a part of. So I think it was a relatively fitting result, whilst also frustrating after 60 minutes of hard netball. I think it was a fitting result.
What do you do with a draw too? Do you celebrate a draw? Do you? Does it feel like a loss? I'm not sure. Either way, I'm sure the drinks tasted the same at the end of the game.
They did, but I think our coach Nikki and Nunn put it well that we fought that hard. We knew in ourselves we left nothing out there, so she was taking it as a win because we knew we'd given everything. So I think that's the only way you can look at it. Everyone after the game, Sea Lake and Witchy were just wrapped to have it finished. I think we were all that exhausted. It was a hot day too, which meant it was a big 60 minutes in the middle of the afternoon in Witchy.
Yeah, glass half full. I like it. So, all right. There were some other matches to talk about as well. Another close one between Birch, Watcham and Donald on the purple courts there at Birch. I think the home side getting over the line in the end by 6 goals in a pretty good game.
Yeah, so Birch's first win, I think, after a couple of close matches so far. But the match against Donald, I think it was fairly tight with Birch leading most of the game, but some terrific defensive pressure from both teams. In the last quarter, though, Donald got within, after being about 6 down at three-quarter time, I think they got within 1 goal. But the defence end of Birch in Maddie Marks and Hannah Cook stood up and really provided those extra opportunities that were really valuable for their goaling end, and they took a bit of momentum and ran with it. So whilst the experience of Kath Campbell in goals for Donald was a great target up forward, that youth and drive, once Birch really got their confidence up, was just too strong.
Good stuff. They're a good side, and I think both of them will be around when the whips are cracking, but Birch in particular, we might just see something from them this season. But we were worried about how the result of this next one was going to go in terms of the margin. Thankfully, Wetburn didn't crack the 100. Sonata had managed to put 18 on the board themselves, but Wetburn racked up a big score.
They did. And I think it's tough. But as we said last week, there's always lessons to be learnt. There's always ways to improve. So full credit to an undermanned Sonata at the moment. They've got some beautiful babies out of their lack of numbers, I suppose, this year, which is not such a bad thing. But they'll only improve as they come along. But, I mean, just shy of 2 goals a minute. It's still a very fast, hotly contested match, and still very hard 60 minutes to run out at times, I'm sure. So full credit to both sides in that instance. Yeah.
Yeah, we know their pedigree, Wetburn, and Sonata this year. It's going to be all about little milestones along the way. Hopefully, soon they'll be able to crack 20 and then 25, and scoring goals is going to be the key for them, just to keep everyone excited and happy and interested. I don't think it necessarily matters how many you give up at the moment. Just try and score some yourself.
Yeah, and look, they've got a very new and different shooting end. They've got a young and very rotating shooting end, and that always takes a bit longer. It's not like having a tall target where you know how to position the ball. They've got to learn to work to play with each other and with their new mid-quarters. So they're going to improve drastically as the season goes on.
Spot on, yeah. Bort were good winners over Charlton in the last match of the round, 46-30. That's a good result for Bort, who are there and thereabouts.
Bort they're going to be strong. They've got a great team, but so too do Charlton. So I was interested in this match. I analysed this score sheet, but it was a very different bowling end for both teams. So Charlton rely heavily on the tall target in Chloe Walsh up front. So she shot 29 of their 30 goals, as opposed to a moving goal circle for Bort, who were an even split. So Georgia Sheen shot 21 and Isabel Coots shot 25. So a much different goaling circle for both ends, and different for their defenders to have to adapt to. So it looked like a very contested game. But I think the strength and confidence of Bort's mid-court, got them over the line in the end, and their accuracy in goals, as I said last week. Georgia Sheen is just a ball magnet, and she can shoot from anywhere with confidence and poise. I'm very envious of her ability to do so.
Yep. Okay. So that's round 3 of matches in the book. We're up to round 4 this week. Can you believe it? Where is this season going? Donald take on Charlton. That's where we will start. And I think this should be a very interesting game. Traditional rivalry between these two.
There is. It will be an interesting game. Like I said, Charlton's defence, very strong, very youthful. Kirsty McKenzie she's 3 great games now in a row, so she'll look to keep that up. Donald will rely on their experience of Xanthi Rice in the middle to try and overcome some of those younger girls from Charlton. So it'll be a great tussle, and again, 2 very different game styles. So look forward to hearing the result of that one.
Got a tip? Who do you think?
I think Charlton are going to be too strong. I think they've got a bit of confidence now leading in. I think whilst the scoreline between them and Bort seems broad, but I think they're building confidence. I think they're going to come into a strong win against Donald.
All right. The big blue there. All right, let's talk Sonata and Birch Wadsham. So the Purple Army head down the highway to Lord Nelson Park. Sonata, we know, are battling, and I don't want this to sound disrespectful. I keep saying it every week, but we were just happy that Sonata, first of all, got a team on the park. They're doing a bloody great job to do that. They're going to get better as the year goes on. We expect that Birch Wadsham will win this game, but for Sonata, what's a good scoreline for them? And I'm not talking about how many they give up. I don't think that really matters. If they put 25 on the board, do you tick that off as a win?
Oh yeah, I think they're going to. I think they'll contest Birch. I think they'll grit this out. As I said, Birch are a bit more of a roaming goal circle. So if their defence put in a good solid 60 minutes, I think they can get to 30. I think Birch will win. But again, there's ways for Sonata to continue to improve there. So I think it'll be a much closer game for them.
And that's if they'll get to 30, it's a tick for Sonata. That's the goal. And I'm sure they'd be setting little goals along the way themselves. Maybe not necessarily that sort of thing, but quarter by quarter. That's how you break this down when you're struggling, or you've got a young team, which Sonata have. So they'd be looking to achieve little milestones along the way. Yeah,
definitely. Some of their juniors that are stepping up too. They're feeling they've had COVID hit their junior side, so that some of their juniors have been playing 2 games a week. So the jump from juniors to seniors is a big one. But they'll be better each week.
Yep, exactly right. All right, let's have a look now, and more games. Obviously, yours is coming up as well. We'll get to that. But how about this one? Wetburn taking on Sea Lake Nandaly. This will be at Sea Lake. Wetburn will start favourites here, but Sea Lake, you just don't know. You got to see them up close and personal last week.
We did, and they got a Stella Finch back in at that goalkeeper position, but she can easily switch up to the other end. So. Two very different game styles. So I think Sea Lake against Wetburn is really interesting, and I don't if Sea Lake get a good jump on them early, if the defence of Ash Roberts and Asala can get a handle of little Eliza Lockhart and Shelley DeRouge, then I think they'll have a really close contest. Maybe probably more so that first half is really crucial to set Sea Lake up. I think Wetburn will win, but I don't think it'll be necessarily as easy as what they potentially have had at the last couple of rounds.
All right. And then we finish off with the beauty. I reckon this is match of the round stuff. Bort taking on Witcher-proof Narraport. This should be a cracker. Your girls are firing. Bort are going well. This is a Saturday night game too.
It is. We're playing at night. We're playing, the A grade starts at 6 o'clock. So Bort are putting on a spectators night match, which is great across all codes. So everyone's starting a little bit later. So I was sort of hoping a couple of games might be a little bit closer so that I could get across to watch a couple of others that I wouldn't normally get to see. But everyone's playing far away from Bort this week. So, but yeah, it'll be a great close game. I think we match up well against Bort. We have a bit of an inside. Georgia Sheen used to play with Witchy, and we sort of know how she likes to play. So we're keen to try a few new different things and see what we come up with. We want to sort of change it up a little bit this week, and we'll see how we go, I guess.
All right. I see no reason why Witch-proof Narraport can't get the job done here at Bort Park, other than the fact that the Magpies are a pretty good unit.
They are. But as I said, we sort of, I think we can, we've got a lot of confidence after last week, so I think there's no reason why Witchy can't take it to them. And, we can put a good scoreline up for next week's report, hopefully.
Yep, that's what it's all about. Give us something to talk about. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we're wishing you guys well, Witch-proof Narraport, and anyone hitting the courts in North Central Netball this weekend, play well and we'll stay nice and hydrated because it might be relatively warm still, although you'd be pretty pleased playing at night.
Yeah, I mean, for someone like me, I'm a little bit older. My joints go a little bit colder a little bit. They seize up a little bit more, so might not be such a good thing. I didn't mind the warm sun on the weekend. But, yeah, night game does add a different element. So we're hoping to see lots of spectators over in Bort on Saturday night for a point of difference netball at night. So, it should be quite good. And it gives everyone a chance to watch our juniors middle of the afternoon, no excuses. So put their games on show. It would be great to get some good shows of support for them.
Fantastic. Well, good luck for the weekend. We'll catch up with you next week, Jenna. Thanks again.
Thank you.